Hey everybody. So I wanted to show you all a little more clearly um, how to make an image square and in perspective. And I thought that a good way to illustrate that would be with an image that is a window, is something that we would look at in real life head on and wouldn't appear out of perspective or skewed or in any way. And so we can use Photoshop to change that, to manipulate the image to make it seem like it's in perspective. And this image in particular, you can see, is not very straight. The perspective or the keystoning is way off, appears to be going back into space. And I can change that. So I'm just going to walk you through how I would fix this. I use these techniques a ton in editing my own artwork, especially if I'm photographing a painting or a drawing or something two-dimensional. I can then bring the image into Photoshop and adjust it and make it look better. The first thing that I notice about this image is, aside from all of the reflection in the window and everything, is just how off kilter it is. So let's change it. All right, first thing I'm going to do is unlock my background. Otherwise, I will not be able to manipulate this at all. I'm going to use my ruler tool, which hides under the eyedropper. And the first thing I'm going to do is straighten this out. Maybe I'll zoom in a little closer, draw up my line. And this will help me in cropping the image and then transforming it. So this will straighten out. Okay, actually didn't straighten out as much as I thought it was going to. So let me try that again. Okay, so Photoshop says it's straight. Then what I'm going to do is draw out some guides, and I'm just going to put one here for now, one here for now. Remember, you just click on the ruler and drag down. So here's my top guide, which yes, that is straight. And I'll put one down here too. So I can kind of see, all right, I have my guides. I can look at these right angles that are created, and that's going to help me transform this window. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hit Command T. That's your transform shortcut. And I'm going to right click. And that brings up my options. And I'm using perspective. Okay, so I choose that. And I always start with the corners, and I'm just dragging this corner so it lines up with the guide. This one, I don't think I'm going to use the perspective for that. I think what I'm going to use for that, I'm going to right click again and use skew. So it really only affects that one corner instead of the entire image. And that looks pretty good for now. I might adjust this perspective down here just a little bit. Push that in. That's pretty good. Kind of messed with that, but I can use skew to bring this back out, look a little better. Okay, so let me hit enter. And that will apply all of the transformations that I just did. And then what I'm going to do is crop the image. And I'm going to crop right to the guides. I'll kind of leave that window frame in. I might move this guide over a tad once I do the initial cropping and kind of see where I am. Hit enter. And that's looking better. I think I am going to crop in these sides just a little more. I might crop out this edge here just a bit. And I have my my snap on, which the guides and grids and everything will want to snap to the nearest pixel, or the kind of pixel that Photoshop assumes that you want to crop to, which can be very annoying. And I need to turn my snap off to adjust that. So this looks better than it did initially. So I'm going to go up and do my save as, just to kind of save my progress from here on out, put it in my edited photos, and I'll save this PSD as wig group. Save. And then from here, I can go in and do more destructive and non-destructive editing, try to get rid of some of these shadows and highlights in the reflection of the glass, and go from there. So there you have it. That's how to kind of adjust perspective and transform something that should look flat